It's week 4 of the 2030 season, and we'll see who.
The other ones you had, oh, yeah, other one you had the Cowboys, right? You had the Cowboys.
No, I don't. I only have one season. I got the Falcons in it. The other one is the Ultimate Team.
I would do like a uniform stuff on the ultimate team to be cool.
Right.
Someone ready? Alpha, get out! Get out! What are you? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! What are you? What is it up? Hey, Ozzy! Go right here. Hey, hey! On one, ready? Ready, shut up!
Go see who at the door. Here. It is from here. I'm just here. It's not. What's up?
It's Amari. They had me catch the main resident for us. The main resident.
What are you here for, brother?
I didn't hear him. What he said?
He said, what are you here for?
I'm doing the work in the neighborhood. Did I catch him at that time? Okay, I'll be out here all day. I'll come back later. All right, get going.
He just,
What is he here for?
it was some type of, I'm out, like, look like,
Huh?
Look like he was trying to check something.
Sales.
He did. It didn't. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like how that was. That's why I think he come back first.
Here we go, shot. Hut, hut.
Holding offense. Still first down.
To make matters worse, Frankie would let Adam know that he was sleeping right off the top. That was the decision that Frankie would come to regret.
Ready. Ready.
I know you've been here taking my money. Is this what you've been doing, Dino?
I'm not taking everything. I'm taking what I put comes to me.
But you want your fucking boys? Look at me when I talk to you. Why don't you try risking
I'm down.
me?
I'm down.
What?
Make down.
You mind your business too. Mind your business. Video.
Relax. All right. Just breathe. Just breathe in.
She don't want to quit.
Just calm it down. Now, I felt like coming down.
Is it hot? Is it hot?
I'm asking you to calm it down. Let's calm it down.
Is it hot?
You guys trying to help us out here with it's a waffle vodka. I know it's straight, but look at it. Hello, guys. You're thinking a big thing out of nothing. I don't know. The guys just trying to help us out. That's all. I think that we calm something down.
Just because we're separated,
What
if
is
he
that?
wants to kick me out of my own clubs, you hear me? This son of a
hot?
bitch motherfucker that he is. He's fucking with the
Is it
wrong
hot?
person. He wanted in my fucking club with his greedy fucking sausage fingers in my register, taking my money. Let me tell you something, Bobby. And you know what's gonna get more than
That was Anna. Again, she's losing her mind, and she's driving me crazy. You have
Is it
got
hot? What?
Vito. You've got to talk to him. You have to talk to him. She just said that she's threatened
What is
me
that?
to take him to court, and she will do it.
I'll let them work it out. I'm sorry. I know it's too much. It'll make it worse. Just let it go. Had I known what was coming down the pipe, and Vito and Anna would have spoken up and would have said so. But with Vito, he's just too bullheaded. He can't change his mind.
What is it hot?
All right, let's not like that. We're talking to her now. Marriage counselor. She could probably get that's the thing. What we're supposed to do. I'm asking for not doing. Dad, I'm sorry. Listen, she's okay. She's excited. She's nervous. Whatever it is. It's not that's fine.
this man
What are you?
took over my business, and he is trying to destroy me. He says he's broke. He's not. He's a millionaire many times over. He gets thousands in tax money. It's like carrying gold and platinum dishes.
Is it hot? Hot?
My silverware is the best that money can buy. Every weekend, we would have parties. 25 to 30 go up. Entertainers from New York. And the dirty guys upstairs in my fucking closet. So no matter what he says, believe me, Your Honor, he's got the money. He's got after-hour clubs and credit
Don't worry.
unions. dog tracks in Virginia. Who has a dog track? He gets paper bags filled with money delivered to him every week. And believe me, Your Honor, I know. I saw it. And let me tell you something. As crazy as this sounds, I still love him. I know, I sound crazy. But if he wanted me back, I'd go back today. That's the truth. I even reached out to his good friend Frank Costello, who is a very important man in this city. And he has a lot of influence with my husband. What happened? Frank spoke to him, and even that didn't work. So, I don't know what to say. We never listen to Frank Costello, and they don't just listen to the kids. He didn't even listen to Frank. How is this possible? Can't believe she mentioned your name in court.
No, he just gave her the money. It wouldn't even be a court. I gave him the money.
It's not about the money. He treated her like a piece of garbage. That's what this is about. She's a moron. He's a maniac. And now you're on the cover page.
Just got to weather the storm. Judge, I have to admit this woman is a hustle, big hustle. She lived with me as my wife, and then she puts a knife into me, Your Honor. She justifies all around that obligation. That's when all my trouble started. I'm a homebody, a devoted husband. She says it herself. I was shocked at my wife's foul language. In my opinion, she's a sick woman who's going through a change in life when she flew the coop. I don't think she knew what she was doing or saying, Your Honor.
Were you unfaithful?
Judge, look at me. You see a Romeo?
You've been described as the king of the rackets.
That's ridiculous.
That you're a millionaire.
I wish. Nice thought, Your Honor, but wrong again. My only income is as manager of the Colonial Trading Company in Washington. We pick up scrap paper from Manhattan offices. I'm going to send it.
Every single word that is coming out of this man's mouth right now is a complete lie.
Do us a favor. Do keep your mouth shut and be perfect. She's not in the right mind. This
is now a circus right now with your the gangster. You're a plan. You're a disappointment.
Me to invite the local press. Yeah, this is unbelievable. Invited the local press to a little house he bought freehold, which he showed court. He was awake. Superman? Well, we don't think he's Superman. And in the light of mob violence today and the growing drug menace, these hearings are to determine how a man, like Frank Costello, a professional gambler, who has been convicted of offenses ranging from assault to carrying a loaded gun, could still have enough political connections to nominate mayors, judges, and city officials, leaving our cities vulnerable to municipal corruption. His name has been mentioned as close confidant of mobster Vito Genovese in a family court case.
I think it looked good, Frank. It's legal. Anyways, this is all just political posturing. Father's running for president. Publicity once again. Intense.
Oh, well, you know. Thanks for your help. So what's that mean? What do you mean?
Hold it ready.
Easy. You plead the fifth. We go to lunch.
So just the fifth. That's what you're saying. I've got a problem with that. We should go.
I'll pay. Frank, all right?
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
That's the office that I helped to pay for.
Yeah, I know. We got to keep paying the rent, Frank. So I need you to stay.
Yeah, I know. I want to keep you there.
Automatic first down.
As long as you keep me out of trouble, I can keep you there.
Mystery celebrity. Since our experts over here would recognize our famous guest on site, we provided them with blindfolds. Are all those blindfolds in place, panel? Will you come in, mystery celebrity, and sign?
They refused to answer on the ground.
My conscience. What are they going to ask? That's all I know. This isn't Tammy Olson. This is a panel of United States senators up there, right? And they didn't all go on what's my line last week. You know, a bunch of politicians, George, stuff a couple of dollars in their pocket, they go away. You know, it's just how much? $2, $10, $50, $1,000. It's a safe thing, day one. You can pay them off the second coming. But just tell them I know nothing.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, while this is the nation's first televised congressional hearing, Mr. Costello has agreed to appear in testifying therefore secure his privacy. A live television broadcast cameras will refrain from photographing Mr. Costello's face. Mr. Howard.
Have you ever been known by any name other than Frank Costello? Like Francesco Castillo?
Castillo was a family name. My mother's name was Severio.
Don't you know the English?
He's sure he got cigarettes he smokes. This is a cigarette commercial. A lot of foreign-born people, when they came to America, they used a family name. When I was growing up, I might have used it.
Yeah, in language, you say might have used that word. Might have. Nothing.
I'm sorry, Mr. Howley, I'm not a college man like you.
Thank you. All right.
Yes, I was. Just about every person in this country who took a drink during those times was in business with me. Take no fucking fit, you fucking... Yeah, wow, what's the fucking with this?
I believe you're acquainted with a man named John Almento.
I am acquainted with him, yes.
Are you aware that John Almento was recently convicted of a narcotics?
Hey, Alpha, sit down.
Facing life in prison?
I haven't paid that much time about things he shouldn't be told.
Hey, what are you fucking snorting? What's wrong with you? Fucking crazy. You get me all excited. I got little. I hear this shit. Hey, no fair. Hey, no fair.
I paid enough attention to know that it's a low and filthy business that trades in misery and that we should rid ourselves.
Upstanding citizen, Mr. Legitimate. Get the fuck out of here. But how do we rid ourselves of that other social vice? The one in which you are involved.
To do that, Mr. Howley, you have to burn all the tracks, shoot all the horses. This is money, this is not stuff. And the two great enemies within our ranks today, those communists. Not bad, not a fucking... They've done the same thing, the same bunch of fucking fucks. And you both thieves.
Why did you even want to be an American citizen?
Why? Look, I'm not smart.
Why'd you want to become an American citizen? No, but you were born here 15 generations ago. Didn't their grandfathers and great-grandfathers and great-great-great-great-grandfathers, they were robbing way before we ever. They robbed everybody.
My grandfather built the subway.
I am like...
I paid my tax.
And you remember, you Mayor William O'Dwyer at your apartment with some judges and the leaders of family home.
Hey, O'Dwyer, becomes lying.
Law.
And a lot of people get bothered.
Mayor O'Dwyer was still the Brooklyn District Attorney. When he was prosecuting Albert Anastasia and Madden Incorporated, was he at your apartment during that view?
Oh, they got him.
They got him.
Don't worry. The best of water, throat infection.
You got a fucking throat comes from your big fucking mouth. That's why you're stuck. You know what the fuck to do with yourself. We simply want to know, Mr. Costello, how many times Mayor O'Dwyer was at your apartment while he was still the Brooklyn District Attorney? Was it once, twice, 10 times? Most importantly, why was he there? He can't get out of this. He can't get out of it.
Well, you're so good and bad.
He can't get out of it. I mean, at your apartment to get O'Dwyer Tammany support from Mayor and to get him to stop his prosecution of Albert Anastasia and Madden Incorporated, yes or no? You don't know what the fuck you're doing yourself. What the fuck are you doing?
What are you going to do with me?
They got him.
They opened up the door and they fucking stormed in, these fucking Protestant bastards.
Mr. Chairman, since my client volunteered to testify, Try tomorrow. Better answer all your questions.
No. Chairman, in order to get at the truth, we need this witness to answer these questions now, while he's still under oath, and unable to refresh his memory with other potential witnesses.
The witness will continue.
How many times have you been O'Dwyer in your apartment?
Mr. Chairman, I testify voluntarily. I would appreciate it if I could come back tomorrow and not feel better.
You don't get to choose, he's right.
Who volunteered? Beach has lost his fucking mind.
No, you shouldn't be fucking dead. You should be taking the fit. Take the fucking fit. What's the matter with you? Take the fit. What the fucking matter with you?
Am I a defendant?
No.
Is this a court of law?
No.
Am I under arrest?
Why not?
Well, then I'm walking out.
Walk. I'm finding he walks.
On the set. Rocco 80. Ready?
Oh,
We walk. We had to walk. We're gonna ask him about what he doing on Dwight. We had to walk.
It's the politics. What's Frank did for Elvis? Of course, they're after that. Whatever he did should stay in this fucking room, not on television.
You know, O'Dwyer was sending everybody to the chair.
Hot, hot.
Remember? And Albert was next. But before the trial was going to begin, this one for me. Out of nowhere, right? Joey, right?
Come on, who's kidding who? O'Dwyer's an ex-con. He's got no money, no connections, he's got nothing. All of a sudden, he's running mayor with Tammany Hall backing him up. Come on.
And that was Frank who set him up.
They're looking to find out his political connection. They want to know just what they want. They don't
Kicking team.
This was the rest, especially after Rellis went out the window. Because O'Dwyer got Rellis thrown out the window, next thing you know, Frank's taking care of him. You remember he went
Automatic
out
first down.
the window while he's being watched around the clock by O'Dwyer's own cops. No,
That's right.
I mean, what does that mean, right? Rellis out the window because O'Dwyer was helping out Frank, right?
And the cop said,
Rellis Frank.
who climbs out a 6-story window with a 5-foot bed sheet? Right.
Right. You believe that bullshit?
I didn't believe nothing until O'Dwyer got sworn in as mayor. What does that tell you, Peter? Saved Albert's ass.
What do you think it tells me? Frank's got a lot of pull politically, you know. I'm telling you, if he could fix that thing for Albert, what does that tell you? That Frank's got most. What does that tell you about Cheech's political connections? That's the point.
One of the downsides of the hearings is that they exposed Anastasia's connection and allegiance to me and knowing Vito. That's a one we're not gonna like that.
I need money. I want.
My frustration that was on a warming point. I mean, I did 14 months for contempt of Congress. None of that would have ever come about without Anna mentioning this close relationship that me and Vito had. It's a family court hearing. I was a mobster once again in the minds of many, too many. All Vito had to do was pay her off. That's all he had to do. End of story. And Vito's downtown brutal tactics were causing all kinds of problems for us. Not to mention his continual involvement in the drug thing, which I feared was about to blow up in our faces and take us all down. I was angry, I was frustrated with him, and I needed to stop him doing these fucking crazy things.
Let's go now.
What's up? Well, where do I start? The fence looking to put you away. This is what I'm here for. I am here. Huh? Talk about this. I warned you about that. Look what's happening. I was very patient the last time. I talked to you about that. What'd you do? Nothing. Where'd it get me? Where'd it get me? You were going to take us all down. How simple do I got to make it? Then we were defeated. I waited for you. Getting back where I was. To straighten me out the right way. What'd you do? Nothing. Nothing. Made me like some kind of fucking multi-bomb. What the fuck? Frank Vito.
It's just a matter of time. You're going down a really dangerous road. You know that. And we ain't been down dangerous road before. All of a sudden we can't go down dangerous road. This is a road that I'm not going down because you're going to take us all down. This is not the way. You know, it's just a matter of time you're going to get pinched. You got away with 2 murders. They're looking to get you. They're going to get you. They will get you. They will get you. You know that. You don't want to listen to me. You went your own way. But you got to know this is going to fucking blow up. Let's remember something. I put you where you are today. It's because of me. Because of me. And if I were you, I would okay this because this is too big. I got to tell you, it's too big. Nobody wants you to get pitched, but that's the risk you take. Me, I take that. You're not where I am. You're not where I am, and I'm not okay with this. You can't keep this up. They're on to you. How many times I got to say that? It's just a matter of time. That was the risk you took. Look what got you. You gave it to me. That was your risk that you took. You went on the limb to Italy for a long time. That's why you're not where I am. Because you're out of control. You're a loose cannon. You're a fucking drug. What was you doing? Mr. Good citizen, Mr. Fundraiser. With all that bullshit good citizen stuff you think they're going to get you too? Huh? You want to be involved in charities and all that stuff? That's very nice. Cheats you. But don't forget, you're a racketeer. You're a gangster. Come on. What are we talking about? You want to be involved in junk because of the time you might get you or get caught. You already got caught. You don't want to take the fifth of what happened. You got 18 months. 18 months. 14, 18, same thing. And when we get nothing, we took the fifth and kept our mouth shut. And that's why they created the fifth for people like us. And now you're going to be a legitimate citizen like these fucking racketeer senators on those fucking committees. You want to be like them? Come on, you ain't like them. They're strange people. They're from another planet. They own this fucking country. They're bigger gangsters than we ever could be. You know that. Smoke infection? Which one's smoke infection? What's with that, man? You're trying to talk your way out of something you can never talk your way out of. All of a sudden you want to be half tin, half out, half a racketeer. You have it both ways. You're either in or you're out. And when you're half in or half out, that don't mean you ain't going to get caught the same way I could get caught or I could go down. It's the same thing. Now, don't be naive. We don't control this, somebody else does. And that motherfucker way down the ladder. And I'll tell you, that can't happen. You know that. It can't happen. Listen to me. This is a death sentence. It's a big, big mistake. So you do what you want. You want to be a diplomat, that's your business. Me, I'm a gangster. I'm a racketeer. That's it. That's the life. We unleashed the blockade. I could see that there was no way I was ever going to change Vito's mind, ever. But the fact that he would try to kill me, never did that into my mind.
I think I put it.
What ain't it?
Close to you, Frank. There's some stuff they want. See you, shy. You understand it?
DC ready?
Message.
What ain't it? Oh.
You want company?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's Manny. Manny surprised me. He made them from leftover mink from the shop.
Very nice.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah. Very thoughtful. You want me to take them?
Yeah, take them for a little while. Do you want me to come?
No, too chilly out. They will be.
DC ready?
I'm not talking about the dogs. You don't notice you want to quit.
That's the way. That's it. Don't worry about it.
Good. That's what I wanted for years.
I know. It's okay.
Be safe.
As I was walking through the park, I realized the weight was lifting off my shoulders. I sent Richie Boy to talk with Vito to tell him I was stepping away. That's it. I'm out. And the commission, they can sort out the problems for Vito. Me, I'm just going to relax, travel, enjoy the remaining years of my life with Bobby. Oh, she does. She makes me put these coats on. Is it cold? It's yeah. We got a better life, don't we? Believe it. Those arguments. That's what he's saying. He doesn't believe it. Man, it's ridiculous. I don't know why we wouldn't believe it. And, I mean, I know it. I know what you're saying. This is what this is to put up. This guy came home. He doesn't trust you. He took a shot at you without authorization. And what's going to stop us from taking another shot at you without authorization? You got to convince him that you really quit. No, to make the kid hurt himself. No, to make Vincent hurt himself. Are you serious? Serious. There's a man put down for this. So what? He turns himself in. I swear he's not the person who shot me. What are they going to do? I'm the main witness. That's it. Case closed. That's about as solid as it can be. I don't finger the kid. That's it. He walks. Everybody's okay. The kid goes home. Takes over. Find me. I'm out of here. I'm retired. That's it. Take that back to them. And make sure that the kid brings a positive with him too, besides his lawyer, and that the cops know when and where exactly they're going to meet, so there's no fucking them. Okay, I'll bring it time and get back to you. Thanks, Dave. Oh, Chewy. Dogs. Dogs got the life. Look at that. Two big coats. I'm afraid I'm going to get robbed.
Here we go.
Dogs are going to steal. Not only the coach, but the dogs too. She'll kill me. I'll never be able to go home. There's a lot of these damn dogs. Everything is them. Yeah, listen, they're our children. Look at that.
Here we go, Shaq.
That's the clown. That was a thing for me. Sure. That's so nice of you. How?
So you're walking away?
Yeah.
Well, okay to kick over back.
Yeah. For me, Albert, it's, I don't want no more surprises. It's really business, Frank. I can't walk away. It's over. It
can't be over. What he did was wrong.
I know it was wrong, but so what? Sit up.
It does matter. He went against the rules. Okay? I mean, without the rules, it's just cowboys and Indians out there.
The rules aren't around anymore. It's different now. It's a different time.
Maybe it's different for you. It's not different for me. For me, it still matters what that cocksucker did. Let me take him out. Problem solved. Then back to nice and your way of doing business.
Nothing happened. I didn't get killed. He missed. I'm here. I'm talking. It's all right. It's all right. I don't want to get killed for something that I don't want no more.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? If anybody's going to get killed, it's not going to be you.
I don't want nobody killed. I don't want nobody. Okay?
Okay. Listen, you take care of that one on your head. I'll take care of everything else. Until I get this straightened out, stop carrying a piece.
Yeah, thanks for the flowers. See ya. Hi.
That was Albert?
Yeah, he just came by to see me and say hello, see how I'm doing, that's all. He brought flowers.
Get on!
Nice.
What is it on?
Everything's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Shut up!
Please, Albert, before we start, I know you asking questions. It's been discussed.
We're talking.
What's done is done.
It's being considered as an internal thing within their own family. It's for Frank and Vito to decide, and nobody else.
The man went against his own boss.
Frank's only the boss because Vito gave it to him. You know that. It's not like Vito wasn't the boss before Frank, right?
Plus, Richie says Frank agreed to walk away on his own. Right?
You gotta respect that.
Yeah, well, Frank agreed to too much. Jesus Christ. After what happened, I shouldn't even have to ask for an okay.
But it's none of our business.
Been involved where it's not necessary.
For their own family to decide.
Not to me. To me, it's black and white. The man took a shot at his own boss. That's a death sentence. Please. Nobody died here. Nobody has to rush into anything. If Vito doesn't know what he fucking did was wrong, if Vito doesn't know a goddamn thing. Come on. Albert. You stop. Come, right? What are you, stupid? You don't nip this in the bud. Who's to say one of your own won't come after you? You let him get away with this. It's a green light for everybody.
Enough. We already voted. Richie said Frank himself voted with the three of us. That's it.
4 of us against the 1 of you. That's the rule. If you want your rule.
Yeah, and nobody's made a move on a boss until last week. Until last week, somebody made a move on a boss.
DC, ready?
Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. Come on. Tell me.
What are you?
After what? I don't even need an okay. You make a move on a boss, it's an open contract. Every one of you know it. Get back here. Where are you going?
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. 180. What is it?
You believe this is the big hit?
Go.
Times are changing. You've been sitting in front of this TV all day. Are you okay?
What is it?
Yeah, just practicing all the time.
We interrupt this broadcast with a special news bulletin. Vince Gigante, the 28-year-old fugitive gunman wanted for questioning in connection with last month's botched assassination attempt of New York's alleged crime boss, Ray Costello, has turned himself in. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Sit hot.
He'll be in charge.
Oh, that's the point.
You trust him?
This is everything.
What are you?
Well, he's gotten everything he wanted before.
Sit hot.
This is business.
Sit hot.
Mr. Keith, I'm pointing directly to the defendant, Mr. Vincent Gigante. Is that the man you encountered the day Mr. Costello was shot?
What is it?
I can't say for sure. You identified him to the police that night. Yeah, but
Ball start, offense.
Are you having difficulty identifying the defendant?
Yes, that's right.
Is it true that you are legally blind in the right eye and severely impaired in the other?
180.
Or two?
That's what I have to say.
May I respectfully offer Mr. Keith's ophthalmologist report to the court?
1, 2.
Can you at least admit someone shot you?
Yes.
You tried to take your life.
Alpha, sit hot.
Yes.
180.
You pulled out your grenade.
Yes.
You're approximately 6 feet away from him. Then how could you not have seen him?
My head was turned.
What is it?
We find the defendant, Vincent Gigante, not guilty on all charges.
We'd like to thank the jury for your service. The jury is dismissed.
Previous play is under review.
safe, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. And Frank, thank you.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Frank, you, Frank. He's just a messenger, George.
Check, Panther. Bronco switch. Bronco, alert. Alert. Smash. Smash. Unlock Lion. Check. Check.
Walk right. Walk right. Did the right thing. What are you talking about? Did the right thing. Did the right thing himself. What are you talking about? The right thing. You're sure I'm starts. I'm outside. You're outside. You're outside. You're walking. You're still walking around. You know who else is still walking around? Huh? Who else? Huh? Huh? Keep your mouth shut. Who else is still walking around? Huh? With Vinny 3, my retirement looked good. If only I could keep Alvin quiet until Vito got picked up for traffic.
There's plenty of coffee for anyone who wants a refill.
We're going to be in the other room.
Ready.
So,
Holding. Offense.
treatment. Good. I need you to go somewhere. Hey, it's just me. Where am I supposed to go? You. We talking about the fence. The Vito, the Clyde state, so there's going to be a grand jury. You're going to be on that witness list. I know. I told you that fucking Madden was going to fuck things up for everybody. No, I was going to Cuba. Yeah, that's what why'd you want that? No. Everybody knew. I just assumed you knew.
Let's go now.
Let's go to Cuba.
70 Lion.
Be away. We expedition. We'll subpoena over each other. Every place is around. This area. So you can do everything down there the way you can do it. There's going to be no problem with that. That can be worked out. You want me to move? It's in 35 men. Play right from Miami. Hey, and it's the important thing is that you're out of the country.
Come on.
You understand? Right, get him out of the way. And also, but to let you know that he's giving away his protection. What happens to you? Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm not retired. I am retired. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I told you before. That's what it is. I'm going to have a nice dinner right after I turn it over there. Yeah, what's he selling down there? What was he going to sell? Right there. Why not do the Brazil? Why not someplace further away, like where there's an ocean? That's why I just send him something else. Look, Cuba, it's a nice place. You never thought that Cuba was doing it just that? It's gambling down there. You never thought it might be that gambling. That's what I think.
Go.
So,
Go.
with skin and diet, in Madden, mission is going to be looking at somebody like who? Me? I told you what the best person for this. You do the right thing. You're away in the man. Business. Low key. Stay out of trouble. Be sure. You're capable. I will approach you. You understand?
You are X.
So she can. It's a bit of fun. See you that way. Make you nice and pound. Like this guy. Say no fight. When you don't know him, when you don't fight, he's up to something.
You.
Tommy. Someone.
Hey, Ozzy, shut up!
sure they wrap that up.
What are you? What is that? Roll, roll! Shot alert! Shot, reload! Reload! Load! Load! Rig it! Hey! Hey! Check! Panther!
Get time. No rush.
Shut up! Check go! Shut it ease! Ready? Check! Hut, hut! Let's go! Ready?
What is it?
Here we go! Here we go! Hut!
What happened?
Hey, listen. Trust in what I said. It was okay.
You can't blame yourself for what other people do.
I blame myself for lying.
Should I call Elsa?
Here we go! Shot!
Yeah, just tell her.
Ready, ready?
Tell her I gotta figure this out. Then get ready to go with mothers. Tomorrow, the kids are ready to the funeral. I knew what Albert gone staying alive was a loan shot, but with Vito, I also knew that a loan shot was usually the only shot you got, so I was going to take it.
Ready?
That's all I needed a plan. But the big question was what plan? I needed to find a way to take Vito out, but without him coming back to me.
Ready, ready? Go! Let's go now! Check go! Set!
What's that?
Ready?
It's in the front. It's 50. A lot of people are afraid. They say, well, behind his back. Well, he doesn't care. He don't care about anything. I care. Listen, I don't get out until he gets in, so that's... You might be concerned right now. Back on the street, back on this wrong thing. Right. He didn't live in the street. He's only been in the street. He's got no place in there. Please. It's like that. Anybody against people who start a war against them. I've got to do something. Anything.
It's not your fault. Who could have thought? Could have thought. In broad daylight, in a pawn shop, who would have wanted it? Nobody. But you have to be brave. Right? You're brave. You've got to be brave for the kids.
If you don't know, it's not by you. Please. They didn't go for the time, and that was the 5 of us. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about the National Commission. And the Commission, 30 years since 14. Yeah, I know. That's why I think they might go for it. Because he always wants to do something the way life did it. And this way, we had this meeting, I turned it all over to him for everybody. I couldn't take it back even if I wanted to. Because, you know, once he's got it, we have to do whatever he says. And he's the boss. You know what I'm talking about. Bitch, I know that. But it's for me what I have to do. So all I'm saying, I need you to set it up. You do that? We Joe Barbera, how's she doing? Is he all right?
Come on, set! Hut, hut!
He's okay, Joe. We have a holiday. He's got a farm upstate, way upstate, almost by Canada. And he's got no farms around him. It's peaceful, it's quiet. It's a perfect place. All right. Let's set that up. Set it up. Don't forget the cat.
Set!
Everybody's going to listen to him. And he's going to be the boss. Frank, you don't want to tell I don't want to tell Richie Boy anything because it was better for him if he didn't know anything. The less he knew, the better. My wife, she shops, she does this, she does that, she plants every minute.
I think the Giants do. I just don't know who's going to bet on the Giants is what I'm saying.
Shut up!
People back home, they go outside, see people, they talk to them. A lot of trees. Trees, but no people.
Yeah. Okay. It's the doorman again. Says that Richie's been waiting for so long that the cops want him to leave.
Tell him I'll be right down.
Are you sure you have to go?
Yeah, I have to.
You'll only have Richie with you.
That's all right, that's all right.
It could be a trap.
It's too late for traps. I'm gonna be fine. We'll see. It's all right.
Let's see something. This is different.
This is different.
Maybe snow from the floors, my friend, night in the back. You sound really young.
That's all the best. This is different.
He takes people for sun. He takes people for sun. It's snow.
All the time since he's been shot. What has he done? Tell me.
Holding offense.
What has that done?
Well, Lester, just want you to watch it. That's all. What's he going to do? How do I know what he's going to do? He's going to do something. That I know. He thinks around corners, this guy. Just watch him. I'm telling you, he's not going to try anything. How do you know he's going to do?
Sit up! Sit up!
Yeah, I'll do it. Just said you do it. Just do it. You ain't been talking to him. Huh? No, you have no contact with him.
No, man, he's a prick. All I'm saying is that without Albert, he's got no focus. You have the upper hand. We drive up, kiss the ring. You're the boss. You're in charge. And then, Vito, we do whatever the fuck we want. Yeah, that's...
Be late.
Where the Mormons come from?
The Mormons are from Utah. Everybody knows that. They know Utah.
Where do you get this stuff from? No, I'm telling you, don't matter.
No.
That's where they got started. It's where the Mormons found their gold Bible was buried up here. That's how they started the whole fucking religion.
Man, let me get this straight. The Mormons, they dug up the gold Bible in Palmyra, and then they stopped digging, and then they moved a couple wagons up to Utah. They started a religion in the desert.
That's how they started the whole fucking religion.
That's what you're saying. That's how it is.
That's what I know.
That's what you know. You don't know nothing. If somebody digs up a gold Bible in Palmyra, anywhere else, they're going to stay right there, keep on digging, right? Right?
Right. I mean, you.
I would. Right? Keep looking for more gold Bibles.
You know, nobody gives a shit. Who gives a shit?
Tell me logical here. I mean, who's going to leave a place after he just built up a gold Bible and move all the way in the middle of the fucking desert? Name me somebody who's going to do that. Huh? Name me somebody. Name me somebody. Who? You? Me? Who?
Fucking Mormons.
Who's gonna do that? And you know what? I'm gonna tell you who. The same dumb motherfucker who fucked up the only thing he ever had to do in his whole fucking life. And now he's forcing me, making me have to lower myself in front of that red cocksucker and beg for what's already mine.
You're gonna get us all killed here.
And you tell me about fucking gold Bibles and fucking Palmyra? Who fucked up about Bibles? Oh, yeah, shoot straight, you dumb fucking Bibles. You one fucking bullet, you fucking missed. Bang, 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 bang. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you
No, the door was gonna open.
So what? So what? Somebody's in it. Bang, bang. There you go. What are we talking about with you? Jesus Christ, what are you fucking like a mind? You're fucking Palmyra, you fucking knucklehead. Say something smart for once. Exactly. Well, where you get your information from? Marto. You're stupid, Marto. I'm sure your mother didn't tell you that.
Forget about the fucking Mormons.
Get us over there. Get us the fuck out.
We're into a Simon and Joe summit. Relax. Enjoy it.
In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looking on as something shocking.
Be surprised personally if both of those veteran quarterbacks are still on the roster. Be surprised personally if both of those veteran quarterbacks are still on the roster come week 1.
He was entitled. He throws his teammates under the bus. They're rewriting history. Come on, dude. He is the leading source of everything football. So it wouldn't make sense for you not to comment on the Shedeur Sanders situation. And to be honest with you, as we've been keeping up on the show, consistent. And that consistency is that, hey, Shador Sanders is a guy. He's great for content, but I think Lou Howard is definitely more of his guy. But again, we haven't said the field, but we're going to go into kind of the history of Pat McAfee. But more importantly, we had old Schrags on the show speaking about what's it called, how impressive Shador Sanders has been in the Browns camp. Pat McAfee, Schrags, and the biggest jawline in all of sports communications.
Yeah, Strengths. We hear that they might, the Browns team might carry 4 quarterbacks on the roster. At least they're floating that idea, I guess. What do you think truly does happen in the 53-man opening day roster? And are they looking to potentially trade one of these guys?
I'd be surprised. And the two guys that I would look at is Flacco and Pickett. Now, they were aggressive in getting Joe Flacco as a free agent quarterback, brought him back. Obviously, he's a great relationship with Stefanski. Two of them had great success 2 years ago, and he was the comeback player of the year. But they also acquired Kenny Pickett. I would be surprised personally if both of those veteran quarterbacks are still on the roster come week 1, and you have the 2 rookies. Usually in a situation like this, just covering the league a while like I have, you have the 2 veterans go at it, one of those guys is your veteran, and you probably keep both rookies and you dress maybe one of them. And you've got Flacco as your starter week 1, Shador or Gabriel as your backup, then you got one who's not active, not dressed, but he's obviously still on the team. So it would be surprising with the Cleveland Browns if they kept 4 quarterbacks. I do know that this year is going to be very important for Shador and Dylan Gabriel, and the reason is they are both 3rd round and 5th round picks. And if you remember, when we were sitting together at the draft, Cleveland traded back and acquired Jacksonville's 1st round pick and their own 1st round pick. When you have 2 1st round picks of teams that are not necessarily expected to be Super Bowl contenders, quarterback is always going to be looming in every conversation. So I think they're going to want to get those guys action, Gabriel and Sanders. I think they're going to want to have one veteran quarterback. I don't know if there's a value in having both of those veteran quarterbacks and then having 2 rookies on the roster as well.
Cleveland Browns are in quite a situation, and they're paying quarterbacks more than anybody else in the NFL. And quarterback for the one guy I didn't even mention. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if is he in the building? He's not in the building. What's up?
They traded for Case,
Hey, I love Dylan Gabriel. I love Flacco. They won by week 8.
That sounds right.
I mean, I'm down in the ESPN Cleveland, so I'm watching. I don't know what the hell these 16 of 18. Yeah, I think I only saw 1 interception from all the quarterbacks. I don't know what the boys are doing over there, but
be careful. Be careful.
I'm reviewing leagues. I'm watching.
What are you talking about, Strengths? 16
Jackson Dart, 3 touchdowns today.
Never gonna happen.
Oh, shit, he better not throw him. Yeah, it's a lot better than not throw him. Good call, AJ.
I get it.
Jameis are 10.
I've never, and I respect the hell out of all the people voters, but I don't remember us ever charting June minicamp.
Yeah, bro.
That's the detail. This is what football knowledge is.
I want to start with 2 things. First, there's more clips. But first, I want to address that ending thing where, I've watched football for a while, you know what I'm saying? I've probably been definitely watching football since the entire time that media has been doing this thing, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not the oldest, but, you know what I mean? I've seen the evolution of NFL Network, ESPN, all those different types of things. And I say that to say that, no, we've never seen it. We've never seen people keep up with an off-season completion percentage, unless it's like a true practice, maybe, unless it's like a real deal spiel thing, maybe, unless it's preseason football. And for those of you who are maybe using NFL, want to watch more, just in NFL in general, the preseason is looked at as such a nothing, as such a nothing. That doesn't even matter. Preseasons are just glorified.
The H-rated season is opened up. Memphis traded Desmond Bain to Orlando for Tavius Hall, Cole Colgan, 4 first rounders, and a swap. Now the Magic have the best odds to win this year. What is your reaction to this trade?
All right, bunch of quick hitters. First one is this. It's a low-key diss of the Pacers. Here's what I mean.
Because they're saying it's in the East right now, right?
Yes, the Magic are like, well, shit. Yeah, Indiana can do it. 1 game a week. So, I'm not exaggerating when I say I don't think this trade happens if Jason Tatum doesn't tear his Achilles. Honestly, like, I know that sounds silly, but I think that the Magic look at it and they're like, okay, how old is going to...
EA Sports has released a ton of information when it comes to Madden NFL 26, including a gameplay trailer that's about 4 minutes long, as well as a bunch of written information, which is probably the most I've ever seen associated with a gameplay deep dive. And I'm going to go over all of this in today's video. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure you subscribe and hit the like button in the comment section. Oh, that's going to right in the video. Now, yesterday I put out a video talking about how a lot of information was being leaked by the EA creative director, Scott Gallagher, about some of the new quarterback mechanics and some of the new features when it comes to quarterbacks specifically in Madden 26 and College Football 26. And it wasn't too long after that this image here was making the rounds semi-viral in the Madden community. It was originally shared by someone named Maxon Unlimited, not someone I'm necessarily familiar with, but I later saw this shared by several creators that I follow, including Kurt Baker. As all of these creators said the same thing, it basically shows the difference between Madden 25 and Madden 26 as far as graphics. Now, the original person who shared this did say that there is often times where EA is going to, really put a lot of extra attention into a graphic and it's meant for like a reveal trailer, which is where I think they got the bottom picture from. So they said take it with a grain of salt, but you can see just based on the throwing motion alone how much more authentic the bottom picture looks when it comes to J.J. with throwing motion. You can just see him just stepping into that throwing motion differently, the way the arm is cocked. I mean, the top picture just looks revived, fake. Where the bottom picture looks so real that I can't even tell whether it's an actual picture or if it's gameplay footage from the actual game. A few hours later in the same evening, we saw this exact same graphic come up, only this time it was officially from EA Sports as a part of their gameplay deep dive that they premiered at 8 o'clock at night, which seemed really coincidental until the deep dive trailer started and it was actually voiced by the same Kurt Banker.
What's up, everyone? Kurt Banker here.
So I don't know who Maxon Gaming is, but this all really seems manufactured or at least highly coincidental. I'll leave it up to you guys in the comment section what you guys want to believe. But at the end of the day, Kurt Banker has been one of the most vocal people on X. And I don't know who Maxon Unlimited is, but Kurt Banker does, as he shared stuff from them before, despite the fact that this Twitter account only has 589 followers as of today, which makes me think that you really can't listen to what this guy's saying because he's too close to EA at this point. And I've already talked about this in previous videos where EA is at a crossroads when it comes to the NFL, as the exclusive licensing agreement they have with the NFL is up for renewal, but it hasn't been renewed yet. So a lot of people think that if Madden 26 doesn't perform, or if it performs as poorly as Madden 25 did, that there is a good chance that the NFL could open up the licensing agreement and allow other companies to make competing games. Now, I start the video by saying all this because there really has been a lot of hype behind Madden 26 from these creators, saying that there's been a lot of improvements made into the game. And watching the gameplay deep dive and see gameplay for the first time, it really does look like there's a lot of improvements. So I'm not calling them liars. I'm simply saying that as a veteran of...
Alright, in today's video, we will be reacting to the Madden 26 official gameplay deep dive that was dropped by EA 17 hours ago. I'm not that late, alright? We're always late, but I'm not that late as far as the content goes. Anyway, make sure you guys drop a like on today's video. And before we watch this, I just want to let you guys know that I'm not really too hyped about Madden 26, okay? I'm really not too hyped about it because if you've been playing Madden for the past 10 years, you're going to realize something, okay? They make it sound good, and then you realize the game's not what they made it sound like. And that's pretty much the thing. And I know people are going to be in the comments, you guys are still going to buy it anyway. It's the only football game that we like in the NFL. The only one they have, bro. If they had competition, the game would be completely different. But being it's the only NFL game, I know college football, but they still own college football, so it's pretty much the same thing. Who are they competing with themselves? You know what I'm saying at this point? But let's go ahead and get it started. Let me know what you think. Hopefully something nice.
What's up, everyone? Kurt Banker here. A lot of people ask me what's actually different in that.
Oh, no. Wait, and then he said what's actually... Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. We're still going to have the same defense. Pay attention.
Pay attention to the coverage, okay? I'm going to show you guys right here, okay? What? These two guys. These two guys in the back. Pay attention. You would think that the logic on the defense would be upgraded, like, or updated or something, the logic, right, of this guy. And it's not.
What's up, everyone?
He backpedals, and he's just going to shift over to B. This guy's kind of covered already, so this guy should probably stay in the weak spots.
And come here.
But he commits.
A lot of people have been asking what's actually different in that.
Holy crap.
NFL 26.
This is more, it's more flashy than.
If you're the young lady who has some things to say, if you're the young lady who has some things to say about fitness, she's a coach, she's a personal trainer. Fitness? Yeah. Fitness. No, I ain't exactly where you're going. Fitness. Drink in your mouth. Hey, I didn't say that. With that, I was about to say pizza.
I guess I'll miss this part of my personal training certification. Make sure to show people how to pull up their leggings before working out.
So she posts this short video as a personal trainer, and she has highlights of women constantly doing that. And the women were just lambasting her. The jealousy was a video with this one. And someone says, "Did they pick you or?" These are very popular influencers. And someone says, "I rarely ever post comments, but I feel you how to say this. I understand your mission is one to shift the industry and address over sexualization. I'm aligned with this too, but tearing down other women just to prove a point doesn't inspire change. It does the opposite." Tearing down is a strong word. She said, "One nickel and y'all talking about tearing down." Someone said, "Oh yeah, girl, you really got him with that one. How will they ever recover?" As a certified personal trainer, I absolutely love it when other women look hot as fuck, dress however they confident, and I have zero desire to shame them for adjusting their clothing. So here's another woman who's different. I'm gonna cut the music out now. See, so the caption says, "Crazy what happens when you actually dress demure and don't show your ass on Instagram." Okay, and then let's go out. Her audience is 96% women, 3% men. And then we go to the last three, which talks with it.
I guess I'll miss this part of my personal training certification. Make sure to show people how to pull up their leggings before working out. So that was my video that went viral. And there were hundreds of comments saying, "But it's normal to pull up your leggings, and this is a normal habit." Now, I will argue with you that it's a normal habit to pull up your leggings, but it's not normal to film yourself doing that and then post it online. This is not just a habit that just so happens to be caught on camera. It is done so intentionally. It's the lengths these trainers go through of setting up their camera and tripod, pressing record, then making sure they're all centered in frame, turning around, then picking up their leggings, essentially giving themselves a wedgie or purposefully jiggling their glutes to flex or show off their body. And it doesn't stop there. After they're done filming and working out at the gym, they go to edit their educational and inspirational workout video. They purposely clip this moment of pulling up their leggings, sometimes even zoom in and put it at the beginning of their video as a hook to get you to watch. Sometimes it takes a whole 5 seconds of pulling up leggings before we even get to see a single part of the workout. What we don't see is them picking up their dumbbells, getting into position, or all of their reps. You know, the unnecessary stuff. Don't make excuses for these girls. These are professional content creators. If they know how to delete a clip of the other unnecessary stuff, they know how to delete a clip of them pulling up their leggings. This is intentionally filmed and edited. At the end of the day, this is inappropriate. Instagram trainers, be honest. You're either doing this to tap into your followers' insecurities, or you're doing it for your own likes to get your comment section full of heart eye emojis, fire emojis, and hashtag body goals. It doesn't add value to anyone but you.
Congratulations. I think all those things truly can be positive, and you can still try to educate. I think these people are trying to educate people into fitness and also getting a little too distracted. Yeah, and you're right, they're doing that. It's a trap. The media is just oversaturated with stuff. Yeah, some people do that, 100%. It's their version of, for example, doing a clickbait or having a mistake in the title of their video and not changing it and having more comments and creating more engagement. It's a trick that they use to get more people. 100%. I don't think what she was saying was that outrageous that she would have to flame her or she's like jealous or anything like that. I think she's pointing out a tactic that she dislikes. A marketing tactic? A marketing tactic that she dislikes. I don't think she's jealous. I don't think she's like, oh, I'm putting down other women. No. It's not because you mentioned something that you're putting down people. It's not because you mentioned something that you don't like or you feel weird about it, that you want to put down people and you're a hater. Oh my God, that word hater. Shit, you use that shit like it's French in the States. You put that shit on everything. It's like, it's a hater, it's a hater. No, some things you do some hateable stuff. Some things sometimes it's some weird stuff. I don't think she was that much out of pocket in the commentary. She don't like women. Oh, sometimes it's not because you point out some dumb shit that some people do that you hate them. It happens from time to time that this dude's like, you don't do that shit. I'm like, yeah, sure, people, I don't do it. Doesn't hate me. He's, yo, let's do better. That's it. I don't think she playing that purpose. She playing those people that bad. He says, yeah, that's intentional and that's for marketing. Which I don't think it's okay.
I think watching her video, I think she's essentially saying they're going to unnecessary lengths to showcase their ass and they over sexualize themselves for what she perceives as bad feedback. I think one of the first things she said is it's inspirational. I just put that in quotations to say, no, these girls are showing ass. It's not actually inspirational. She's basically saying this is kind of like bad behavior. I'm not the person who really browses Instagram like crazy. So for me, like seeing these kinds of clips, yes, do I think these women are purposefully doing this? Obviously. Do I think it's bad though? You know, like when I watch a dude get in the gym, he's about to start flexing to be able to get in front of the exercise before he goes to do it. It's like, do I think that's bad? Before he starts flexing, before he starts to lift the weights? I think this is more of a consumer problem than it is like a content creator problem. Because at the end of the day, the truth is consumers just go to whoever looks the best, not who's ever the most knowledgeable. So, you know, man, you can get upset about it, but the reality is women are always going to gravitate towards who's got the body first. Same way men are going to gravitate towards the guy who has the physique.
I'll explain the phenomenon
of
Trump. I think that he is counter to the stereotype over the years. I think that he speaks in a way that appeals to not just Americans, but I think people beneath layers of rock. Some
Amanda Seals, comedian and actress. She has gone viral. They posted on the shade room.
Every black girl.
Her asking, say it again.
Every black girl. Everyone.
Of her asking the question, what did Obama do for black people? Listen to this.
I think lots of folks really still loving Obama. And I be like, still? And even if, like,
go over the book.
Put on your prognostication hat. What will major college sports look like, say, in, I don't know, 10, 15 years?
NCAA is dead. It's going to be the big schools on top. The rest of the college athletics is going to suffer.
Well, now tuning in to the Dark Times channel.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And we got to talk about college sports today.
I was hurt before this game.
I remember that. You were hurt on weekend broadcast.
I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no. What can you say dominate? And we not doing it. I want my heart, dog. Let's go, man.
Because the NCAA just got smacked around in the House versus the NCAA lawsuit, and folks and people like Paul Feinbaum are panicking. The sky is falling. But we got to talk about why.
Firms have a huge $2.8 billion antitrust settlement that will change the way college sports have been run for more than 100 years. Here's a snapshot. Schools can now pay players directly, which is directly opposite the foundation of amateurism that college sports was built on. That foundation has now crumbled.
And so here's what went down and why people like Paul Feinbaum and the Nick Sabans are out here panicking. The NCAA and its power conferences just agreed to a $2.8 billion settlement in the House versus the NCAA lawsuit. And the lawsuit basically challenges the NCAA long-standing rule that the athletes cannot be paid directly by the schools.
Nick Saban making as much money as he did in that sport, and then coming out against the idea of the sport can't be about money the moment I lose control of the money.
All the things happening for all these years. 50 years of coaching. No longer exists in college athletics. So it's always been about developing players. It was always about helping people move on successful in life. My wife even said to me, we have all the recruits over on Sunday with their parents for breakfast, and she would always meet with the mothers and talk about how she was going to help and impact their sons and how they would be well taken care of. And she came to me, like right before I retired, and said, why are we doing this? And I said, what do you mean? She said, all they care about is how much you're going to pay them.
The idea of just greed, resplendent, unwavering greed, not just in sports, but everywhere. Everywhere on the globe has been a rotting contaminant. But when it gets to the kids is when it's a problem. When it gets to college kids want to be paid for it, then all of a sudden Nick Saban is next to Ted Cruz.
Oh, so many things. First of all, he's acting his ass off because his voice breaks when he looked at the kids. So that made me laugh. But then I looked at Ted Cruz still gazing at him, loving him, and I just thought, how big is Ted Cruz going right now? Let's not play these black kids. Let's keep them broke for life or whatever. And then the final is the coup de grace. That's why I like college football more than NFL. I couldn't tell them naysayers what to do. They said, hey, she's going over here. I tell them everything. I was like, come on, man. That whole thing was just hilarity. Midway through it, I try to imagine if this were like 1866, and this is like a former plantation of getting paid. No, Sherlock, you got paid for 50 years. Well, awesome.
And so now we got people out here like Paul Feinbaum and the Nick Sabans out here losing it because it flips the entire narrative upside down. We're talking about decades of telling college athletes that they should be grateful for a scholarship while these coaches are raking in $10 million and TV deals are going for billions. Now they're getting a real cut. Now they're getting a real piece of the pot. And that terrifies a lot of these power brokers out here. That good old boy system looks like it's coming to an end.
Paul, when you first heard this ruling, you first heard this story, and it was set in stone and made news. What was your initial thought?
NCAA is dead. It may still be in existence. We're still having the tournaments, such as the Women's World Series and the men's baseball. But the NCAA, as we know it, is gone. They literally have no jurisdiction whatsoever other than to be tournament directors. And this was supposed to level the playing field. Everybody pays the same into the pot, the kitty, and then divvies it up. But it will do anything but. The big will get bigger, and the small schools will simply slip away.
And so even if that is true, even if Paul Feinbaum was telling the truth, which is not, at least I don't think so in my opinion, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt, even if he was telling the truth, that the big schools are going to be on top. Well, the million-dollar question after that would be, how would that be any different than how it's structured now and how it's been structured? Going all the way back to the 2000s, let's look at the past college football champions. All major schools, Oklahoma, Miami, Ohio State, LSU, USC, Texas, Florida, LSU, Florida, Alabama, Auburn, Alabama, Florida State, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, LSU, Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State. It's going to be business as usual if that is the case. But Paul Feinbaum and the rest of them, they know it's not about that. It's about control. They don't want the players to have any kind of partnership. They want to maintain business as usual. And that's what it's really about. And the sad part about it is The money was always there. It's just been hoarded by the ADs, the conferences, and some of those media execs. But now it's going to the kids that go out there every Saturday and risk their bodies for entertainment.
That was even either you heard. So you fuck. It's hurt. It's still fighting the injured.
You talk about athletes that bring in millions of dollars. And so it's about time, in my opinion, at least, that these athletes start getting paid. And it goes beyond just getting a dorm room, a meal plan, and a so-called education. Because if you want to keep it real, you want to keep it above, that's the education that the majority of them are so-called getting. And not all of them, but I would say the overwhelming majority, probably about 90%, they're not really getting an education. They're not getting the academic college experience.
I was like, you're in class, you go say, I'd stay through offense in class. Like, what was that like? He came one time. He sat with his feet on another desk. Oh, and that was just like lounging, and he goes, never saw him again. So that was Coach Park. You know he would go to the profession. Like, this kid's passing. Yes, do the right thing. Do the right thing or you're fired. Yeah.
And so I'm glad that the NCAA's whole model of this amateurism just got exposed. And they didn't settle this lawsuit because they wanted to. They settled because they were going to lose in court. And it wasn't going to be close. Because the NCAA has been practicing years and decades of unfair practices when it comes to the business of sports and amateurism. And they've been getting away with it. And that's why the Paul Fossbombs and the people within this circle are panicking. The gate's open now. The plantation just got opened up. And that old mindset can shine out. And so don't let the old media and some of those old school coaches gaslight you into thinking that this is the bad thing. This settlement is not the end of college sports. It's the beginning of a fair era where players finally get what they're worth. So that's my take on it anyways. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And make sure you guys go ahead and try to keep that conversation going on down below. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you go ahead and check out some of that Make Fear the Future merch at the shop. Definitely go ahead and support the channel by getting some of that. And if it's not for you, maybe there's somebody else that you might have in mind.
As we seen before on this couch, man, I wanted to have a beautiful talk with Hall of Fame, Tracy McGrady back in the day. On the appearance of Old Man the 3 podcast, T-Mac spoke about my hard foul on him and his approach to facing me after that particular.
Kenyon Martin. That's my dude too. I love the way he played. I wish I hadn't played with that motherfucker, but he had a tendency of bar fouling, tough guy shit. And he fouled me one time in his phase of fouling people hard. And I pump faked one time and he jumped up and he came down on me like this, right on top of my head. And from that point on, bro, I just had, every time I see Kenyon Martin, I just 46 speaks. 40 days, just mental, like the notes that I took, that I got every time I see you. I gotta, it's personal. Yeah, it's personal. I love the dude. It's personal.
That was Matt's perspective. It was cool. Like, where was he going? Like, for one, so it goes back. Let's bring it back. What am I doing? No. For one, okay, I had 5 fouls up to that point. I had 5 fouls. Oh, no, hard foul. No. This one even got. So, yeah, this one even got. No. So since we want to keep bringing up stuff, staffing. Okay, then just overall in my career, I had a winning record against Tracy 15-13. Right? No, he started off with first and foremost respect and all that, mental health, basketball, the Hall of Fame, and all that. But the fact that before me, his guard, the lead scorer in the NBA at the time, 731. So it wasn't like I was the only person he was giving 40. Allegedly 42, right? So my guy mentioned
I didn't see it. Somebody else sent it to me, the clip, right? So yeah, he had 46. He had 46 point triple double that game. Played well, absolutely. I went back and looked at it. He made of that I saw 4 shots on me of the 46.
Why they
Chested jumpers. That one I get my hand up, I had 5 fingers, I didn't want to, so cool. But yeah, but respect is there, right? The fact that that's my time, starting game. When you leave school, I'll take 4. You know, you in year, you're in year 7, I'm in year 3, 4. So yeah, respect is there, but some of the numbers that he stated, like you had one 40-point game. That a 30. You had 39 in April of 20. I had 26. You had 39. You had 30. I had 19 and 12. You had 16 one game. So you had 21 game, 22 one game. So talk about it. No, I just call cat. That's all like he's a hell of a basketball player, but we're not going to go insinuate that every time you saw number 6 and number 4 that you just bust my ass. Like for 40 every time, like we're not going to do that. Like more than likely, if I guarded you most of the game, you did get your fucking average. I don't care who you are. That's where pick and rolls come into play. There were times I'm watching the game, you got Brian Scalabrine on you. You got Jason Collins, because we didn't mess up the sign, we didn't switch. You got Jay Kidd on, you got Karen Kilders, you got Lucius Harris, so that's good. They put you on him though. Yeah, well, I start the game guard coach. I start the game sometimes come out the halftime guard AI. I guarded Allen Houston. I guarded Springwell. You listen, man, you name it. But the respect, Tim Duncan, KG, Elton Brand, All Stars, Chris, you name it. Chasing Page around, chasing Jalen Rose and Reggie around, chasing Springer. So, people going to score. I ain't never said I shut nobody down. But the thing is, I ain't never said I shut nobody down. The one thing you're going to do, like the respect is there, right? You know what it is when you put the motherfuckers on there. Like, you know what it is. You better get your good night's sleep.
So you fouled him, and so the rest of his career, he was trying to go at you every time.
That's when I guess I had that effect.
Right.
Right?
But the really,
so he said good notes. He did his homework. He took notes.
Really hit that well for them.
No, but it was more than just that. Right? It ain't just the foul and then what happened after the foul.
Tough guy.
Yeah.
The tough guy.
The tough guy played fucking defense. The tough guy was out here getting motherfucking buckets.
So he had.
So that's the only game they for it. Yeah. So at one point of this game right here, at one point of this game, so with 8 minutes to go in the game, he had 43. Right? He had 46 in the game. With 8 minutes to go, he had 43. He had 46 with 6 minutes to go in the game. So you end the game with 46 with 6 minutes to go in the game? And I found out, by the way. But in this same game, at one point, he had 32, I had 27. So, but you didn't guard me not one possession, brother.
All right.
Not one. There was not one time you came down in that church.
Talk about it.
Huh?
All right. Who was guarding? Cam Kittles?
Yeah, he wasn't guarding me. Or for sure it would have been 46 and 46.
Did you feel that energy out there? No, he talk trash to you?
Nobody saying that to me out there. Look, for one person. Only one person really talked shit.
That?
Kobe Bean Ryan, man.
Yeah, and he don't care about
he don't care?
Getting hit. Yeah.
No, he didn't care. But no, we're not going to do this, man. Like, I appreciate the love, my dude. I appreciate the respect, but we're not going to just insinuate that you was out here destroying me, brother. Like, it's not that. That's what pick and roll came into play. I'm like, who brought, I don't know how the question is.
Yeah,
I mean, probably had both. I asked who brought the best out of you. What player that this. So, yeah.
So basically, you call him captain.
He did. So he had 1 point game. Cool. These are the numbers.
Make it clear to the audience.
These are the numbers. Like, I don't have to. I would have looked it up. Like,
T-Mac, that's cat.
right, I would have looked it up, brother. Like, you don't want to see the highlights. No, you look at both sides. Like, I don't want to look. It's a horrible class. You can go look at it yourself, and we can talk about it. Who won that game right there? They won. But you won 15 out of 13, so. Yeah, I made it to the finals this year. And he never got the first round. So look, don't do that. We're not. That was my favorite. That was my favorite. But we're not going to do that, though. Enough of college. He said enough of that. Next subject. Well, he went over here, and he got stuck right here. He said, "Where was you going?" Like, I thought you was going to like talk to your teammates. No, he did this. I thought you were about to take. It did too. On the ground now. Hands behind your back.
Don't you need a gun?
I am the gun. You want something? Next time you say my name, I'm coming for you.
The series begins with a strong and quiet black man named Luke Cage, working as a cleaner at the barbershop. He gets into an argument with a customer about basketball.
King James, truth. Wrong, ball.
Don't cut hair, you Negro. Like, Billy, what do you do up in here, bro?
It's called work. Something you would never understand.
And you know what? I was sick and tired of
What? You sick and tired of what?
the Knicks losing all the time, man.
He counselor.
Don't shake me, Pop. Haven't even passed the bar yet.
They're moving.
Hey, Lou. What time you get off?
I got another job I go to right after I do this.
At least I get some coffee sometime.
Hopefully, you'll have some cars by then.
That's a woman that fine with a briefcase. I'm gonna throw it at a brother with a phone.
Hey,
Pop calls Luke Power Man and Mr. Bulletproof, which shows that Luke has special powers and a secret past. Luke Cage is very strong. He lifts a washing machine like it is nothing. Pop tells him he should use his powers to help people, like other heroes in the city. But Luke says he did not choose to have powers. He was hurt and treated badly, and now he just wants to live a quiet life.
You don't ever think about all the people you can help. You should be more ambitious. You think I asked for any of this? I was praying and putting some tank like a solid fish.
Later that night, Luke bumps into Chico, and he drops a gun while running to a car with Shanique. Luke starts to worry something bad is going on.
10 days late, Mr. Cage. I need my rent money. I count 300
Let me go to work and get the rest.
tonight.
Cottonmouth owns a popular nightclub in Harlem where people have fun and support a black-owned business. But behind the fun, he secretly sells guns. His cousin Mariah is a city leader who uses his money to help fix up the neighborhood, even though she knows it is not honest. She thinks politics is real power, but Cottonmouth says his work is what really helps her. While all this is happening, Luke Cage tries to stay quiet with him for $1 million, but he does not know that his men are about to be robbed.
You ain't no spring chicken neither, sucker.
You should.
I give your cousin a contribution, and it's like a get out of jail free card for me, right? So I have my fist. You two shouldn't even be seen together.
You wouldn't have fronted me if you didn't agree.
I have no illusions about our family's legacy.
Our product is protected by the Constitution, but you can't believe because you trust me. You know, in your business, people need my product like fish needs water. The creme de la creme, military, Justin Hammer levels.
Who's your connect?
He's real, and his inventory runs deep. UPS ain't the only ground that delivers.
Yo, they wasn't supposed to kill nobody, man. I had to make a move, Doc. Shanique, what am I gonna do? They're gonna know it was me. They're gonna know it was an inside job. That's Dante. Well, I made a decision. I'm gonna be rich.
You're a big one, ain't you? Haven't seen you behind the bar. You want a job. You have to carry the gun. I'm good. Thanks.
He makes a drink for a woman who stands out. She is older than most people at the club and does not care about Cottonmouth's fancy style. Luke and the woman like each other and spend the night together. The next morning, the woman says she is going to work as an auditor, but that is not true. She is really Detective Misty Knight. She goes to the junkyard, where the robbery and shooting happen. It is now a crime scene. Meanwhile, Cottonmouth is in trouble. Domingo, the man he made the deal with, thinks someone from inside Cottonmouth's group helped the robbers. Diamondback, who sells weapons to Cottonmouth, is very angry. He sends a man named Shades to help Cottonmouth get back the stolen money and weapons.
I got your back, man. Just like back in the day. He wants you to win. How can you?
Black Mariah is upset too because she used government money to fix up Cottonmouth's club, and now that money is missing. If it is not paid back soon, she could get into big trouble, even go to jail. Cottonmouth's people find Shamik because Dante told them what he knew before he died. They want Shamik to meet Cottonmouth to talk about the stolen money.
Hey, man, what's your name? You need to pay me. You pay me under the table, which means I'll pay you whenever I goddamn feel like it.
I worry. He's never met Cottonmouth before. I saw stones. You check him.
I was thinking. Shit. You got my really fun. You know what draws your eyes? Look at the crowd. Because everybody wants to be the king. I'm like, so, and you're going to tell us what Chico is so we can get the rest. Go fetch my money.
When Misty and her partner Scarf find Shamik's body, Scarf thinks Chico did it. Chico is hiding, scared, with his half of the stolen money. Misty wants to find the bartender who replaced Dante next, and it looks like Misty and Luke Cage will meet again soon.
Show me why the deal is so low. Contribute. And we'll go away.
I am not contributing to her confidence. No more. I can't.
Yo, be disrespectful.
You need to step off me, brother.
Go in. Show the man what you think.
For you. We want to hire you.
Not to hire. You have my word now. I've got you.
The police are trying to figure out what happened at the robbery scene. Luke Cage is also asking questions, and Chico is missing, but Luke discovers that Cottonmouth and his helpers are taking money from Harlem businesses to pay for Mariah's big project. Cottonmouth and Mariah are cousins and control Harlem with strong power. They both respect Pop, whose barbershop is a safe place. Cottonmouth comes to Pop's shop with Shades to look for Chico. Pop gets worried and asks Luke to find Chico before Cottonmouth or the police do.
Time is precious. Shouldn't be wasted. That's a problem with these youngsters. They want it all. Damn shame if they're
Just because Bobby Fish don't mean Bobby Fish. And you ain't Turkish neither, Turk.
That's G. Brew. He's still a Puerto Rican kid. Chico. He's hoping he was still around.
People come and go. Got some fresh jobs right here. We got some dirty ones. Take them out if you want. You better got more jobs than a Jamaican. If you're getting something, Mr. Stokes, you'll owe another $25.
Don't pay the man.
If we can find them before they do, maybe I can set up a parlay.
It takes Luke almost 4 hours to find him. Chico is very scared because he knows he is in danger. But even though Pop has made a plan to keep Chico safe, Chico does not want to follow.
Yours better.
Pop feels very sad when he hears this. He tells Luke a story about their family history. A long time ago, Pop, Cottonmouth, and Chico's father, Wilfredo, were in charge of the streets. They were young and wild, and they ruled the neighborhood. But after some time, their past caught up with them, and things became difficult. Because of this, Pop wants to help the young kids in the neighborhood by being a mentor. After Luke and Pop finish talking, Chico quietly comes into the shop through the back door. A tricky man named Turk Barrett sees Chico.
Let's the Richmond kid. Get out of here. You gotta get him out of here.
Turk meets Misty and Scarf. The police officer's going to see Pop. Scarf is short and serious, but Misty is friendly with Pop. Misty feels a little awkward around Luke, but the police do not learn anything new.
You are?
Luke Cage.
Detective Misty Knight. Nice meeting you, Luke.
You too.
Pop asks Luke to talk to Cottonmouth to keep Chico safe. Cottonmouth agrees after some talking and tells his helpers, Tone and Shades, to stop looking for Chico. They decide to settle everything the next morning.
I'm here for Pop. Pop is a grown-ass man. Why he Pop wants to set up a party for Chico. All of your goods we return. Pop understands your trouble. Their Pop, I come by the barber shop for a haircut.
Cottonmouth cares about history, his own and his culture, but he does not like to think too much about the past. He tells Mariah that people remember black money more than black heroes. Meanwhile, Turk tells Shades and Tone where Chico is hiding. Shades and Tone drive by Pop's barbershop and start shooting. Luke is inside, and Pop is cutting a young boy's hair.
What are you doing out here with that bag? No. I said I'm okay.
There is no proof at the scene that shows who did the shooting. Tone feels very confident when he comes back to the club. Cottonmouth is not happy about the shooting that happened, but he is glad it helped get the job done. Then, Shades tells them the bad news. Pop has died. Tone is the one who eliminated him. Cottonmouth looks very hurt by this news. Tone says it was just a casualty of war, meaning it was an unfortunate but expected part of their fight. Just then, Turk Barrett shows up on the roof asking for the money he is owed, because he told them where Chico was hiding. When Cottonmouth asks how Turk got up there, Turk smiles and says that he is Turk Barrett, and that there is no doorbells that can stop him. His line is famous, and shows he is tricky and bold.
Tone promised to pay you for finding Chico, right? I'm going back to Dan's kitchen where it's sitting.
After the shootout, Luke spends most of the night watching the Crispus Attucks Community Center. This place is very important because it is where Mariah has her political power.
I ain't playing that no more.
Luke sees Mariah enter the building carrying Chico's backpack full of money. While everyone else, including Maria and Cottonmouth, is sad about Pop's death, Luke is planning something secret. Luke is trying to find money to pay for Pop's funeral, but Cottonmouth shows up and offers to pay for it. Luke agrees, but he makes Cottonmouth promise to take responsibility for eliminating Pop.
Me and Henry didn't see eye to eye, but I always had his back. I thought your word was bond. It is. I'm still on you. Step on. I'm just getting started.
Pop's barbershop is badly damaged, and his money problems are clear too. Luke thinks hard about how to get money fast. After the police ask Chico many questions in the hospital, Misty meets Luke outside Chico's room. Her work and Luke's life are mixing in a way that makes her curious. Luke teases her a little, then goes in to talk to Chico.
Why don't you find Pop's kill instead of, about business?
Your business?
You want to work some things out. We need to bring handcuffs this time. You don't have to worry.
Will you ever see if you got us out?
It was his boy, Tony. Cottonmouth has his cash. That's all he cares about. Pop signed his death warrant to admit he just got to be helped.
Well, if they killed Pops, probably bounced off you.
So how would he hurt him?
I even heard they got this locked in at a vault. Right in the middle of the whole joint.
He tells Luke everything he knows about Cottonmouth's business. Cottonmouth hides his money in different spots all over the city, but most of the money is kept in one big place, the Crispus Attucks building. Luke listens carefully and comes up with a smart plan. He decides that if he attacks a few of Cottonmouth's smaller hiding places first, it will scare Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth will get nervous and move all the rest of his money into the Crispus Attucks building to protect it.
See this? Yeah. Well, I'll leave the cash.
You got welders reinforcing doors to rooms I don't even go into.
I want my stash house to hit today. Fort Knox is my contingency plan.
Here, not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Living in that fantasy world.
It's going to be a fantasy before it becomes a reality.
And just like Luke planned, it works. Domingo goes to Cottonmouth's club to say it was not him stealing the money, but Cottonmouth is still afraid. Now Domingo is angry and has started a war. Luke had already started his plan. He was not joking around. Bullets fly all around Luke, but he does not get hurt at all. He walks right into the Crispus Attucks building, right where all the money is kept. At the police station, Misty and Scarf argue about the big robbery at the Crispus Attucks building. Their conversation does not give any new clues, but it does help us understand how Misty feels. She does not trust superheroes. Misty thinks they are just people doing dangerous things without training. She believes in doing things the right way, by following the rules and the law. Scarf, on the other hand, does not really care about rules. He does not mind if someone like Luke Cage, a vigilante, takes action. He is just happy someone else is doing the hard work for him. Meanwhile, Chico gets the courage to finally do the right thing. He calls Scarf and says he is ready to talk. He wants to tell everything he knows about Cottonmouth. They decide to meet under a bridge to talk in secret. But then comes a big surprise. Scarf is not a good cop like Misty. He is working for Cottonmouth. That means Chico is in big trouble.
Luke Cage, I'm
At the same time, Cottonmouth is in a panic. He just found out that almost all of his money is gone. Luke Cage's bold move to hit the stash and take the cash really hurt Cottonmouth's business. Now, Cottonmouth wants answers and fast. Scarf, who secretly works for Cottonmouth, tells him that Chico named Luke Cage as the one causing all the trouble. Scarf even gives Cottonmouth Luke's home address. That puts Luke in serious danger. Later that night, Luke's landlady is being kind. She makes him a nice late dinner at her place.
I just wanted to make things right.
The big explosion at Connie's shakes all of Harlem. The restaurant and the apartments above it, where Luke lives, crash down in a huge mess. Luke and his kind landlady are trapped under the rubble. Detectives Misty and Scarf rush to the scene and try to figure out what happened. Then the story flashes back to the past. We see that a long time ago, Luke was in a prison in Georgia called Seagate. Life there was very hard. A cold and strict officer was in charge of the prison.
You will obey every rule I say afterward. None but the righteous shall see God. Ain't no talking when I'm talking. Good thing you got many years to adjust. Get them to yourselves. Let's go.
In the prison, there's a smart and kind woman named Reva. She wears glasses and works as the prison psychologist. She looks familiar because her photo was seen in Luke's bathroom cabinet back in the first episode. During group therapy with the prisoners, Luke does not talk much. Some prisoners whisper that people in Seagate are being used in strange experiments, but Reva says those rumors are not true. The prison guard tells Luke he can make life in a prison easier for him. If Luke agrees to fight in a secret boxing league run by the guards, they will give him better food and treat him more nicely. Still, the guard threatens to hurt Reva if Luke does not join. Reva is Luke's friend and someone he is starting to care about, so he agrees.
What you want to do? If it bends, I'll break.
I'm sorry, survive.
Number 5. You do nothing but take.
Pretty good with their hands. They make the money.
Luke's best friend in prison, Squabbles, helps train him for the fight. At first, Luke does well in the ring. He keeps winning, but something changes inside him. He does not feel like himself anymore. He is strong on the outside, but the fights are making him feel broken inside. You can see the sadness and pain in his face.
I still managed to pick a jet deal with Lucifer.
Get it! In go.
Reva reminds him that there is more to life than just staying alive in prison. When Luke finally says he wants to stop fighting, the guard gets angry. He sends 2 men, Shades and another guard, to beat Luke badly.
I hear you trying to get out of the fight. Remember what happened last time I faced off with you? Last time was a test. Colonel Davis, he won't survive a transfer.
They beat him, Father.
Reva rushes to the prison doctor, begging him to save Luke's life. The prison doctor puts Luke in a strange, high-tech machine that looks like a bat. It is meant to heal him fast. The doctor wants to save Luke's life because he was beaten very badly. The machine is full of lights, wires, and special liquids that are supposed to help his body recover quickly.
You probably won't survive anyway. I will tell you. You got to live. You can't do this. Yeah, you're going to survive. You better get out of here. I'm going to need your cards in there.
Shine your light down here.
Can you move?
Later that night, Luke finds Reva again. She is so happy he is alive. Now that he has these amazing new powers, he knows he cannot be Carl Lucas anymore. He wants a fresh start with a new name. In the present day, people are shocked. Even a news crew is filming everything. Everyone sees how strong Luke is. A news reporter chases after him, asking lots of questions. He keeps walking calmly and says with confidence,
My name is Luke Cage.
Cottonmouth has lost $7 million, and people are talking about how weak he is getting. He tells his thugs to take more money from store owners. One of them, named Zip, even steals a special baseball ring from a store.
You still got stocks, the club profits, but the streets is talking. And that dude with the hoodie?
I've been reading this book. It's a book on politics, and what it means is that you just leave that Luke Cage that alone.
Luke is getting ready for Pop's funeral. He was a kind man who helped everyone. Now that he is gone, Bobby Fish is helping Luke like a wise friend. Luke and Bobby are fixing up the barber shop to open it again. Fish gives him the keys to the apartment upstairs so he can live there. People in the neighborhood are talking about all the trouble happening. Fish thinks Cottonmouth is trying to turn everyone against Luke, and it is starting to work. Luke wants to help and make things peaceful again, but Cottonmouth is feeling stressed and angry because he is losing control. Luke goes to Cottonmouth's club to face him.
Don't you need a gun?
I am the gun. Next time you say my name, I'm coming for you. Hey, you want all? It's expensive. Whoa! I'll take you to war. You don't have enough people. Keep my name out your mouth.
While Luke is leaving the club, a man named Shades suddenly remembers something important. He realizes that Luke is actually Carl Lucas. Meanwhile, a new person shows up in the story. Her name is Claire Temple. She is a kind nurse from a place called Hell's Kitchen. Claire has helped people with superpowers before, and now she wants to help more heroes. She comes to visit her mom, Soledad, who lives in Harlem. Claire has seen Luke on the news and wants to meet him and maybe become his friend.
There's no way you can survive the movies.
Half of me, half on me.
I got something to show you. Crazy. Based on prototype. Miami.
At the police station, the bosses are starting to think that a cop named Scarp might be working with the bad guys. But Misty still believes Scarp is a good man and tries to defend him.
Let's do it.
Damn. You guys actually take lunch breaks like real employees, huh?
Nice as ring. Got it?
Later, everyone gathers for Pop's funeral. He gives a powerful speech about Pop. He says Pop was a hardworking man who really cared about Harlem. Pop believed in the people and wanted to protect them from selfish and dangerous people like Cottonmouth. Luke says that while others saw the young kids in Harlem as troublemakers, Pop saw them as precious and full of potential. He believed everyone who walked into his barbershop had value and could shine. He talks about how Pop used to be a gangster, but changed for the better. Cottonmouth does not like hearing this at all. As Luke talks, Cottonmouth gets angrier and angrier. He knows Luke is talking about him in a bad way without saying his name. The speech makes him furious. Misty is also upset after Luke's speech. She is scared that Luke's strong words might make the situation even worse and start a big fight in Harlem. She is afraid things will only get harder from now on.
If something gets damaged, I'm texting you.
I think we've heard Cottonmouth's laughing more than the Jokers in all movies combined. People in Harlem are arguing about Luke Cage. Some think he is a hero who helps the neighborhood, while others believe the police should be the ones in charge. But Cottonmouth does not care what people think. He is getting angrier and out of control. Scarf tries to get more money from Cottonmouth, but he gets mad and shoots him in the street during the day.
We all can't be as pretty as you.
That's the truth.
We a few zeros on. No cash, no guns.
Mariah is also angry. Even though she acts nice in front of people, she is worried because others are blaming her for a past robbery. She wants Luke Cage gone and tells Cottonmouth to figure out how to hurt him. She asks if he can drown, if he can be burned, or if he can be poisoned. Tells Cottonmouth to find his weakness and use it. Meanwhile, something interesting happens. Luke and Claire, the kind nurse, realize that they have actually met before. Claire remembers that she was Luke's nurse a long time ago when his girlfriend brought him to the hospital. Now, they meet again and are becoming friends. After Scarf is shot, the police become even more worried. Everything in Harlem feels tense and dangerous, and Luke Cage is right in the middle of it all. Misty starts to think that something is wrong with Scarf. She begins to suspect that he might be a dirty cop, someone who is working with Cottonmouth. But even though she feels unsure, she still stands up for him when talking to her police bosses. She does not have any proof yet. What Misty does not know is that Cottonmouth has another helper inside the police department. This person is a high-ranking officer, a lieutenant, who is pretending to investigate Scarf. But really, he is working with Cottonmouth and hiding the truths. While Luke and Claire are together, they discover something shocking. They find Scarf, badly hurt from being shot by Cottonmouth, hiding in the barbershop. He is bleeding and in pain.
It's like they did cheat on. Give me one good reason I shouldn't dump here the 29th.
She was behind that.
You mentioned Chico before you passed out. And remind me. Not now.
Anything else on You're not a killer.
Wait. Wait.
I can take him down.
He knows he did wrong and says he is ready to be a witness. He wants to help bring Cottonmouth to justice. Scarf tells Luke and Claire more secrets about how Cottonmouth does his bad work. He explains that Cottonmouth uses a funeral home called a mortuary to hide and get rid of the bodies of the people he has eliminated. Scarf also has a notebook where he wrote down everything, all the crimes, all the lies, and the murder cases he helped hide. While this is happening, Mariah is in trouble too. She agreed to be on TV for a long interview, hoping it would make her look good. She wanted people to see her as someone helping Harlem grow and become a better place. But the reporter is tough and does not believe her nice words. Instead, the reporter asks hard questions and makes Mariah look bad in front of the camera. The reporter talks about how Luke fought at Crispus Attucks, a place connected to Cottonmouth's money and crimes. Then the reporter brings up Mariah's close ties to Cottonmouth and all the bad things he has done.
It's very clear with you and the rest of your media friends why we want a story. Shut it down. Stop.
At the same time, Luke and Claire are helping Scarf, who is badly hurt. They want to take him somewhere safe so he can tell the truth, but Cottonmouth's men are chasing them.
My turn.
Sorry. How far is it to one police car? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold his head. Hold my hand. Look at me. No, please. No. Councilwoman Hilton, can you comment on the arrest of your cousin Cornell Stokes at Harlem's Paradise tonight? Thank you for your time, Councilwoman. Can we get a comment? Councilwoman, can we get one comment?
Why don't we start by getting some coffee first?
I'm not sleeping with him.
Whoa! Did I say anything about that?
Cottonmouth is out of jail, and Misty meets him. The two of them are like rivals, both wanting to control what happens in Harlem in their own way. Cottonmouth steals the guns back so he can sell them to Domingo. That way, he gets some money and doesn't have to worry about Domingo bothering him. He wants to talk directly to the person selling the weapon.
Domingo got his guns back last night. Everyone else will fall in line. Tell him I'm back. I need to holler at him.
Get about making somebody's day. He was here.
All you need to say is something. Cottonmouth is done.
Mariah gets a surprise visit from a young politician named Damon Booth. He offers her a way to escape all the trouble she is in. He said she should give him her job for now, and maybe in a year she can come back when things have calmed down. At the same time, we learn that Cottonmouth was not always a tough and dangerous gangster. There was a time when he was different, maybe even more kind or hopeful, before he got pulled into a life of crime. In a flashback, we see that Cottonmouth once loved music more than anything. He wanted to play the piano and follow his dreams, but his life changed because of Mama Mabel, the powerful and scary woman who ran the Harlem crime world. She was very harsh, and her cruelty left a deep mark on him. Luke and Cottonmouth have a serious talk. Cottonmouth tells Luke he knows all about his past, how Luke used to be a police officer named Carl Lucas, and later went to jail.
You are no longer a sheriff. Carl Lucas. But I figured if you escaped, you gotta go back. You wouldn't snitch. You are Captain America. You act like you're better than me.
I was friendly. I'm innocent.
And if you refuse, then Baptist, you gave him
Meanwhile, James visits Mariah and tells her that the Stokes family name used to be respected. He suddenly starts talking like he really cares about the Stokes family name, but it seems like he has a secret plan. Luke feels like it is time to leave town now that Cottonmouth knows his past. But Claire talks to him and helps him see things differently. Luke listens and decides to stay. He goes to get the stolen guns from Domingo to clean up more of the mess.
I'm about sick of always having a guy close.
If you want. I gotta do it.
You got this one in the double incident?
Mariah is forced to quit her job in politics. The city does not want her anymore, and she is very angry about it. Cottonmouth does not care and does not try to comfort her. A long time ago, Cottonmouth wanted to be a musician and leave the crime world, but Mama Mabel sent Mariah away to a fancy school instead of him. That hurt him deeply, and now it is causing even more problems between them. When Cottonmouth was just 14, his Uncle Pete was secretly selling drugs behind Mama Mabel's back. When she found out, she forced young Cottonmouth to shoot Pete. That moment changed him forever, and he was never the same after it. But Mariah does not feel sorry for him. She reveals that Uncle Pete used to hurt her in terrible ways, and Mama Mabel sent her away to protect her.
You deserve this for what you did to our
My party chair will call me tonight and tell me I had to step down from the council. We had to fall down. Mama talks.
Mama Mabel, go with the shit. Who did she send to that ugly ass boarding school? Like you.
She sent me away to keep me away from Pete.
Mama Mabel was always sheltering you, protecting you. And for what?
The junkie mama dropped you off at Mabel's and never looked back.
I saw the way you used to flirt on people when I was little. Half naked all the time. You wanted it, Mariah.
You got it, man. You
stepped up.
I didn't want this.
I think you did. Look what Luke Cage did to you, cousin.
Luke is walking with Claire through a park. Suddenly, Diamondback watches them from a car. He has a special weapon called the Judas gun, the same one Cottonmouth wanted.
I may have a lawyer friend to me.
Like I said, I'm good with girl. I understand. That's why I said, I said, I'm good. You talking to my son, but I'll do my back and for the work, I don't need to do no work. Yeah.
Back at the club, Misty is investigating. She doesn't believe the story Mariah is telling about Luke being the eliminator. A club worker named Candace says she saw Luke do it, but something feels wrong. Misty is sure that Mariah is behind this, but she does not have any proof yet. At the club, Shades is now the one giving orders. After helping Mariah hide what really happened to Cottonmouth, he takes control and tells all of Cottonmouth's men that he is the new boss now. Meanwhile, Diamondback is still trying to eliminate Luke. Claire is doing her best to help Luke heal, but he is badly hurt, and something is going wrong. They are finding a women's clinic to stay safe, while Claire tries to figure out what kind of bullet he's using. Misty shows up at the clinic too. She wants to ask Luke questions and find out what really happened.
Examine your soft tissue cells, see if there's another way in the body. I'm gonna try to pull them apart, they snap back together.
I got
Because facing women hasn't changed. I have to go after
Luke goes after him and follows him to an old, empty theater. Diamondback has been behind a lot of the trouble in Luke's life. He was the one who framed Luke and got him sent to prison at Seagate. He is angry that Luke survived everything and even came back with superpowers. He feels betrayed and wants revenge.
You left me to rot, but I changed that sewer into a garden.
You paid the price.
Harlem doesn't realize they're worshiping a false idol.
You ruined my life.
I gave you wings.
Something strange is happening between Shades and Mariah. Shades is acting like he likes her, but he is also encouraging her to be crueler. They pay the bottle girl, Candace, to lie to the police about what she saw, but they do not plan to let her live long. If she talks to the cops, Mariah and Shades plan to eliminate her and her roommates.
Oh,
I loved you like a brother.
I am your brother.
Shades is sitting in the boss's chair at Harlem's Paradise. He acts like he is in charge, but he doesn't really have the respect of a true leader. The club was meant to be a special place for the people of Harlem, but now it feels wrong with Shades running it. Then Diamondback shows up. He is very angry because he liked the old boss, Cottonmouth, and does not think Shades should be in charge. He shouts that Luke Cage is not dead until they find his body. Luke is still alive. The police are looking for Luke because they want to ask him questions, but Misty is not the one chasing him. She is in trouble for getting too angry and has to go to therapy. She even hit Claire during an interview.
You're a black man that need verification.
Is that a problem?
No, you tell me. What's your name, son?
That's why.
Because I said so.
It's on the ground now. Hands behind your back. Run around.
This is probably every cop's worst nightmare, to face a bulletproof black man. Luke finally finds Claire. She has been busy trying to help him heal. She has been studying his body and looking at his skin cells. Luke had to steal a police car just to get to her. Claire tells him she has been learning about seashells to understand how his strong skin works. Claire wants them to go see Doctor from the prison who gave Luke his powers. He made the special bath that changed Luke. Claire thinks this doctor might know how to fix Luke and make him better again. Mariah becomes the new boss and asks to meet with the other gang leaders. Shades tells her that she must make Cottonmouth's old customers feel safe and trust her. While all this is happening, Misty is still going to therapy. She feels nervous and worried. She starts to think that maybe she is not good at understanding people. She is scared that she has made bad choices and that her work means nothing. Meanwhile, Luke is on his way to the prison doctor's house. He is in a lot of pain and starts talking nonsense. He says that Willis thinks he is his brother and talks about things Willis said about his father. Luke cannot believe Willis could really be his brother. When Luke finally gets to Dr. Burstein's place, he is very sick and weak and lies down on the couch. Claire thinks that whatever gives Luke his strength is also causing the shrapnel inside his body to hurt him even more. Before she died, Reva, who was Luke's ex-girlfriend, took a USB drive that had all of Dr. Burstein's experiment notes. Now Claire, the doctor, and Luke are using that information to try to help him. While this is happening, the gangster leaders are having a meeting. They are drinking Hennessy and sitting around the table. Mariah starts the meeting and says that she wants to quit. But then Diamondback comes in without being invited. He is angry and dangerous.
Diamondback, what are you doing? You invited me. I'm not invited me. Read superseded common sense. What do you want? Listen, what you have to say. I'm bothered. You're off every day. Tell me how we should be friends.
Look, there is a contradiction. You see a man, you are dead, he won't die. Word is, you have a weapon that can take him down. You invent a disease. Then you sell the cure.
Meanwhile, because of the way Luke's cells and body react to chemicals, the doctor says he needs to be put into hot acid to remove the shrapnel and save his life. They all go to Dr. Burstein's lab, which is inside his barn. The experiment they are about to try is very dangerous. Luke tells Claire to promise that she will keep Reva's data safe, no matter what happens to him.
The procedure gets too painful. Just raise your hand in a fist and I'll shut it down, okay?
Keep your hands clear.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you doing?
All right, hold on.
Again.
Removing him.
It's not working.
Do you have to even towel?
No.
That was reckless.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do the silence having to go and what you know.
The skin reacts to what else will break down abolition.
So what? Let's get him out. He has chills all over the heart. The temperature was the only thing that you couldn't control, and that's what you said. So we need to boil it.
You're about to do something completely stupid.
All the way up.
Good, this is very good.
I'm moving. I'm not going past the nose.
Meanwhile, Diamondback and Mariah have another meeting. Diamondback wants to make many Judas guns and sell them to more people. He needs Mariah's business skills to help him. To trick people, Diamondback puts on a hoodie and pretends to be Luke Cage.
Luke Cage must be the focus.
We use my focus.
I am.
My name is Luke.
I'm Luke Cage!
People think Luke is a dangerous criminal. Diamondback has made a special device that gives him super strength. Because of this, many people in Harlem believe he is the real Luke and think Luke is dangerous. Meanwhile, Luke is still recovering at Dr. Burstein's place. There he learns something shocking. Dr. Burstein unlocks Reva's secret files, and Luke watches her video diary. The Reva he sees on the screen is not the kind and loving woman he remembers. In the videos, she talks about using him for tests. She was part of an experiment at Seagate Prison, where prisoners were used to study ways to stay young forever. Back in Harlem, Misty is careful and does not quickly blame Luke. But other police officers are not so thoughtful. They start grabbing and hurting local teenagers to try to get information about Luke Cage. Mariah takes this chance to speak to the news. She tries to turn the story into an attack against Luke, blaming him instead of the police.
Until you capture Luke Cage, we will bring this city to its knees. He was peaked in custody like it's 1956 to protect the public, not to harass young brothers and sisters. Luke Cage must be found. He must be stopped.
Misty uses facial recognition software and discovers that the man in the hoodie who eliminated the police officer was actually Willis Stryker. She now knows that Stryker is Diamondback's real name and is sure he is involved in everything happening. But Misty still does not know that he is also the man who pointed a gun at her and shot Luke Cage for the second time.
You knew no one would care if you were gone. That was the whole point of doing those therapy sessions.
Process, Carl.
Stop calling me that. She lied to everybody.
She lied to you about her involvement. You're the future. Carl, I'm Luke Cage.
Luke takes Claire to visit his grandfather's church. While there, he has a flashback and starts to remember pieces of his childhood and his history with Diamondback. When Luke was young, his father was a pastor, but he had a secret affair with his secretary, and she became pregnant. That woman gave birth to Willis. All the signs were there in Luke's life, but he never noticed them until now. He finally understands that he and Willis, also known as Diamondback, are half-brothers. Luke returns to Harlem just in time. Mariah is holding a fake rally at the club, trying to turn people against him. On camera, she looks confident and makes Luke seem like the real danger. She says that the police need stronger weapons to deal with people like him, superpowered vigilantes. Her plan works, and people start to believe her. Even Boone, her old rival, tells her she has done a great job changing the way the public and the media see the Stokes family. Misty is also at the rally, keeping a close watch on Diamondback.
Hey, baby.
I got you. Can't come you from every angle. You're the target. Oh, you think? She ain't.
Then Luke finds a way out. He opens a hidden trapdoor in the kitchen floor. He explains that the building once belonged to Lucky Luciano, and there are still old tunnels from the Prohibition days underneath. These secret paths might be their only chance to get out safely. Upstairs, Diamondback does not really have a plan. He is hoping the confusion will help him win. Shades warns him that a lot of people saw him shoot a female police officer, but Diamondback does not care. He believes that if he eliminates Luke and makes it look like he saved Harlem from a dangerous man, people will see him as a hero. Now, everyone who did not escape, including Claire, is being held hostage by Diamondback and his crew. Mariah's rival on the city council, Boone, is also being held hostage. So is Candace, one of the club's bottle girls. While Claire helps Candace with her hurt ankle, Candace reveals an important secret. Mariah paid her to lie and say she saw Luke eliminate Cottonmouth. Candace also shares something useful. Because she used to work at the club, she knows about the secret basement under the kitchen. She tells Claire, who quietly sneaks downstairs to find Luke and Misty hiding there. Outside the club, the police have surrounded the building. They are trying to handle the hostage crisis. Diamondback is pretending to be Luke Cage and is using Boone to talk to the police, making demands through the phone. Inside the club, Misty's condition is getting worse. She is losing strength because of her injury. Meanwhile, Diamondback talks to Boone and shares memories from his painful childhood. He says all he ever wanted was his father's approval, but he believes Luke took all the attention and love, leaving nothing for him. A few hostages are finally released. When they get outside, they tell the police what really happened. They explain that Luke was not the one attacking. It was Diamondback's goons who opened fire on him. This new information changes everything. Inspector Ridley starts to doubt what she believed before. When they notice that Claire is missing, Shades goes off to search for her. Diamondback uses the club's loudspeakers to talk about his past. He shares more details about growing up with Luke. When they were teenagers, both of them got arrested for stealing a car. Their father, who was a well-known pastor, stepped in to protect Luke. He asked the court to send Luke to the Marines, but Diamondback was not given the same chance. He was sent to juvenile detention and later to prison. He felt betrayed and forgotten. Diamondback tells Luke to come out of hiding and meet him in Cottonmouth's old office. If Luke does not show up, Diamondback says he will eliminate a hostage every 10 minutes.
Hey, Carl. Could we have made amends a long time ago?
When you died during childbirth,
I'm sorry about that.
with that hostage you killed, they're going to shoot first and ask questions later. Dr. Lisa.
Check him out, man. He's playing.
Triple cup. Light him up. Shotgun.
This isn't necessary.
First sets of cups. Isn't that overkill?
You got the same guns and bullets they do. Some people call you a hero for what you did, but I do need to take out the person responsible for all this. I hope I'm right about you.
Now that Shades is caught, Diamondback is the only one in charge. He walks around like he is the boss of Harlem. Diamondback has sold many of his things to get ready for a quick escape after he beat Luke. He is planning to run away, and Turk is not happy with how Diamondback's thugs behave. In Harlem, Domingo's team decides to fight back. They want to take all the things Diamondback has, the drugs, the money, and the weapons. Domingo is ready to be the new boss. At the police station, Misty is working hard to show that Luke is not guilty. She trusts him and wants others to believe in him too. Inspector Ridley is starting to see that Diamondback is the real danger. Mariah returns to Harlem's Paradise after the shootout and sees the club in ruins. It used to be part of her family's proud legacy, but now it feels broken and sad. Her helper tells her she can rebuild the club and bring back her family's power. He wants her to become even stronger.
Oh, your man's there. He's supposed to be watching the damn dogs, right? So snap, we look down.
Oh, my bad, man. You do think so?
We had him, homie.
You ever see anything like that, boy?
At the same time, Candace calls Misty and tells her the truth. She saw Mariah eliminate Cottonmouth, and Shades helped cover it up. Candace is very scared of Mariah, but she does not know that Mariah's helper is secretly watching her talk to Misty from a nearby car. To show support, black men around the city begin wearing hoodies with pretend bullet holes, just like Luke's, and it becomes a powerful trend. Diamondback sends Zip to get Shades out of jail, but it is a trick. Zip suddenly tries to strangle Shades.
It's gonna get us. I was just following orders. Who gave you the order? Diamondback.
While this is happening, Diamondback visits Mariah at her home. He says he likes her plan to rebuild Harlem's Paradise and gives her a big bag of money to help. He talks about shaping Harlem in her image, but he forgets that Mariah has already been shaping Harlem for a long time. Luke finds Turk and scares him into telling where Diamondback is hiding.
You won't go.
He got a warehouse by the Harlem River.
Read your spine. There's food in there, too.
At the same time, Diamondback is in the middle of a gunfight at his new warehouse. Domingo and his crew try to stop him, but Diamondback escapes. Later that night, Shade secretly meets with Mariah. He reminds her they make a strong team and that he has always been loyal to her family. Mariah agrees. They decide to work together again and come up with a plan. Let Luke Cage and Diamondback fight each other and hope that both are destroyed. Shades and Mariah hope that if Luke and Diamondback fight and both die, they will have no one left to stop them from taking control of Harlem. Before he dies, Domingo warns Luke that Diamondback now has a weapon more powerful than anything anyone has seen before. Mariah and Shades visit Pop's barbershop to make a deal with Luke. Shades shows proof that Luke was innocent and should not have gone to prison. Mariah says she will blame Diamondback for Cottonmouth's murder. In return, they want Luke to eliminate Diamondback.
We have a mutual enemy.
There's nothing you can offer me that's going to make you let that go.
How about you're free?
You're under arrest for the murder of Cornell Stone.
Who you, Pimp Stormtroopers?
No, I'm going to kill them all later, right?
You have to let go of the past.
Big road, please.
That's all you got?
Luke and Diamondback are doing what they do.
Oh,
You give a clear shot and take it on my command. Mario, what the hell are you doing?
On the ground now. We got Judas bullets, Cage.
You are under arrest for the murder of Cornell Stone.
After the fight, Misty arrests Mariah. Claire and Misty have both become important in Luke's life. He was close to Misty in the past, but now he and Claire have strong feelings for each other. When they are all at the police station, things feel a little uncomfortable. Misty listens as Luke finally tells his full story. Luke explains everything at the police station. He says he was not in town when Diamondback killed the police officer, and he was actually shot when Mariah killed Cottonmouth. The police finally understand the truth. Luke is cleared of all the false charges, and the NYPD is no longer after him. But then, trouble starts again. Back at the barbershop, Shades secretly took Misty's phone. He uses it to trick Candace into coming to a bodega.
Shane thought you might have got the phone, but you bought the phone.
Right here.
The police later find her body, and Misty is heartbroken. Mariah gets out of jail on bail because the police do not have strong evidence to hold her. When she walks out, Shades is already waiting for her in the car. Mariah has revealed to the news that Luke's real name is Carl Lucas.
Carl Lucas, a Marshall Frankel is Marshall Johnson. You're under arrest for your unlawful escape from Seagate Prison.
Luke is innocent.
You're not arresting Luke Cage. You're arresting Carl Lucas. I'm innocent. I can prove it.
You still owe the state of Georgia time.
Like I said, I know a really great lawyer in town.
Back at the barbershop, Bobby Fish goes through the mess left behind after the big fight. While cleaning, he finds a very important file, Diamondback's file. Inside are the papers that can prove Luke is innocent of the charges against Carl Lucas. Meanwhile, Harlem's Paradise opens its doors again. Mariah is now fully in charge. She replaces the famous picture of Biggie Smalls that Cottonmouth once loved with a painting by Basquiat. Mariah and Shades share a kiss. They are now partners in crime and power, but someone is still watching. Down on the dance floor, Misty stands silently, looking up at them. She knows what they have done. She is not done fighting. Mariah Dillard might feel like she has won, but Misty is waiting for the right time to bring her down. Diamondback is badly hurt and lying in a hospital bed, but there is a surprise waiting. The doctor taking care of him is the same scientist who once helped give Luke his powers. This twist suggests that something big might be coming. Luke is in the back seat of the U.S. Marshal's car. They are taking him back to Seagate Prison in Georgia to finish a sentence that was never truly fair. But Luke does not look angry or afraid. His story is not over. There is more to be done. For justice, for truth, and for the people he protects. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. Be sure to check out other awesome recaps on the channel. And as always, thank you very much for watching.